I've spent $34,835 worth of Frost Stars and Whiteout Survival in 164 days. We are in the middle of State of Power right now. It's phase 2, day 2, whatever you want to call it. And I've got a bunch of stuff to do tonight. Mainly the things I can do tonight. I did all my fire crystals yesterday, so we've got some speed ups we can do. We've got Lucky Wheel, which I don't really need, but I'm going to do for points, even though I don't need to, and I'll just have to trade them in. There are some other things that come on the Lucky Wheel, but, mainly I'm doing this for the points. We got shards. I can do some shards. Gathering, of course. We got some gathering out. And the thing I'm most excited about, I can finally do some expert work. And I accidentally did a book of knowledge press yesterday when I was trying to do some speed ups, because yesterday we can do speeds as well. So I did some more speeds yesterday to get ready for today, because I figured I'd put a few more points on the board yesterday. I can do speed ups again today, but I accidentally pressed the book of knowledge and for one of them instead of doing the speed up. So those were some points lost, but it is what it is. Can't do too much about it. Let's start with Lucky Wheel, I think, because this is the easy way to get some points. It's not going to be the most satisfying. Honestly, there's several things that aren't going to be satisfying about this. Number one, I'm doing it and don't really need to be doing it. I'll just grab my extra chip here. I've been saving up the chips because I don't really need them. And the other thing that's not going to be satisfying is I'm going to max out this 120, chest, this reward path, whatever you call it. What do they call it? A reward path usually. And I'm going to go beyond it because I'm basically just doing this to put some points on the board, both for me and for the Alliance. I don't know. It seems to be we're down a little bit, but there's a lot of game left, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm essentially just going to do these for the points. And, here's the thing. I'm doing it for the points, but I'm doing it now as well because you do get some speeds and other things from it as well. So oddly and ironically, I don't want the shards tonight. I would rather get everything other than the shards. So we'll just do this all as gems. I got the gems to spend. Normally I like to use these more towards pets, but today we're converting gems to points and rewards for SvS. So and I'm just going to do it as the maximum amount of times it'll let me do it, which will be way more than what I need to do. Of all days, I'm getting lucky with the shards when I don't need the shards. All right, there we go. That's what I want. The speeds. Give me the speeds. And I think that's all it's going to let me do right there. Yep, that's all it's going to let me do. And then we'll take all these, which is, more shards and some manuals. So, which, aren't bad. It's not a bad thing. And we put some points on the board. So here I can grab my rewards. For this phase. And let's see. And I don't even need to take a look at the leaderboard yet. I'm sure everyone else is popping off. So, but let's see what else. So we did the Lucky Wheel. Let's go do the rest of the things. Of course we have Flamin' Fangs and some other things going on, but really what I'm all focused about tonight for this session is the SvS prep stuff and some Frosty Fortune. So let's take a look at something. So there is something else. This is going to be an expensive night for me because there's something else I want to talk about. So let me go check my chart here, but I believe for the push that I want to do for Chief Gear, I'm going to need a bunch of Lunar Amber. And I could slowly grind it out by converting stuff, but I want to press the account. I am a content creator. This isn't, as I understand, it's almost like on the level of Mithril. Yes, you could slowly convert Lunar Amber, but if you're playing as a whale, you get some extra stuff here as well. You're not going to get a better deal on Amber if you're looking to buy it, so it doesn't take forever to convert it. Because doing a lot of this would take forever. It's like a 10 to 1 ratio that it converts. So I'm buying what I need. So I have 185 there, and here's the most thing that's going to make this an expensive night. I'm going to buy this up to I need about 700, a little under 700 of the Lunar Amber to do what I want to do as part of this SvS. So now we're at 685, and is that enough for what I need? Yes, that's barely enough for what I need. If I need some more, I can always go grab it. They give you plenty of it. It's just not the, you know, I say it's not the most efficient in terms of VIP, but it's kind of like Mithril where you're not going to get it in any other form anyways other than converting it. And while I'm in here, I'm going to grab some Mithril, at least up to the $10 mark. And I think that's it for that. So that's the main thing that's going to make this an expensive night for me. Because that's related to, I can blame it on being a content creator and having a specific goal. There's some things I want to do with the Chief Gear that I think would kind of be a fun milestone to do on the account. And some of you were asking, like, oh, wow, your budget went up. Yeah, don't confuse budget with efficiency. I still am trying to do things that are efficient. It's just that one, it's kind of like widgets and stuff. You can't, or Mithril. Mithril you can get in some other ways, like when you get special events, but generally it's hard to get this stuff. So, you can only do so much. I'm going to buy the stamina pack because this is good for Beast Day. And I can burn through a lot of this. So I'm going to grab that. And then we have, the Dawn of Wisdom. And we have the expert days coming. So here's the thing. I know that some people said, the frontier packs end up being useful at some point. I think it's actually better. When I was trying to do the math, I watched some content creators grinding for this. I think it's better to grab the sigils for me where I am in the account right now, because by far I need more sigils than the books of knowledge. I think there's going to come a point where I'm going to need more though. So maybe I'll just buy this up to a couple levels like this, and then I'll see what else I need when we do the experts. I do have a 2 days on this one, so I'm gonna do some expert stuff today. And if I kind of run out or I see that I need more, I'll come back here and grab some more. We can sit on this, and we can sit on this. We have some time on it, so I'm gonna leave that alone for now. Let's get into Frosty Fortune quick, because that way I can do all the stuff and get all the materials, and then I can do the other SvS push stuff. Defeat 10 beasts. You know what? I'm going to have to leave that running while we do some other stuff. So let's just get a beast run going. And I don't know, probably don't need all that much, but I'll just do it like this and leave that going while we do some other stuff. So we'll do Frosty Fortune, but I think probably by the time I'm towards the end of it, I'll be able to make that claim. So let's get into the Gems of Enigma. So what I said I'm going to do, I'm just going to buy this up to the $20 mark each day. And I'm just right now, since I don't really need the pet stuff until, the next pets come out, I'm going to kind of sit on the Gems of Enigma and just use my free refreshes. So I'm going to, this one I'll clear the board. All right, got a 50 out of that one and a 20. But I'll use the free refreshes and do what I can that way, and then I'll spend it on pet stuff this round, and then, I'll have plenty of time to have more gems for other stuff later. That's not what I want. I want the roses, the thorns. All right. Oh man, what a horrible board. All right, this is the last one I get for free. And you know what? I'll clear this board since I had some good luck with that last time. All right, I didn't get as good a luck as I did on the silver chest last time, but I got this nice little sweet 100 there. So I get to refresh the board one more time too. And let's see. Hey, another 20. All right. And then I'll just come in here and I'll grab some more. I think I'm doing pretty good on the materials chest right now. I could probably use a lot more pet food than I can materials at the moment, but let's see. I think I'll just go with I'll kind of go a little bit, not quite half and half, but something like this. And grab the rest of it here. All right, we still do have a couple more days, though. I could have saved that for tomorrow, but whatever, it's all good. So that's, you know what, that's all for Frosty Fortune, and I said that I'd check on this mission, but it's going to take a little while, so I'll just let that run. So what do we have next? Now we have the rest of the SvS push. So there's a couple things we can do. It is a research day. I did activate the research buff, so let me make sure that I also change to the VP skills, so I get an extra 10% on research. And then I can do some more research stuff first. since we do have, this is what we got going on for research. We've got the research advancement, and we've got the perk, and I got the president skill for research as well. So that'll make any research I do a lot cheaper. So let me clear this one out. And then what I want to do, we've got the troops attack. We also have, where was it? Assault techniques down here for lethality. So let's see. If we take care of this one, that's a big one. But that is a big one. But I do want to clear this one out. So I'm going to clear that one out. And then the lethality. And speed that up. And I do have a bunch of steel, but I want to be saving some of it for the other stuff that's coming up in the academy. But these are some things that are like affect all troops. So I did want to push some of these. And like I said, I think my some of my skills in research are lower than what they should be, really. So. And let's see. Yeah, these are still somewhat affordable. I could start doing like more infantry health. This wouldn't be such a bad idea. And or I can start doing some of the, you know, health, some of the other health. But these are the ones I wanted to focus on, were the ones that gave me stats for all troops. And then I can come back around to the other ones. But now it gets into like, you know, this 99,000 spent on all troops lethality or, you know, infantry health. I'm going to go with the all troops lethality. I'm going to push this one more level. And then I'll let this one sit for now. And I got to think about this one because now I'm getting into the range of, you know, burning a lot of speed ups. I've already burnt quite a few speed ups. And between this and some of the expert research, and I burnt a bunch of steel. But like I said, these ones I think are the important ones because they affect, you know, all troops. So I think I might come back to this. And if I have enough speed ups and steel, I think I do have enough steel, but if I have enough speed ups to get away with it, I'd like to at least get this one going on to the last round. I'll do that probably after recording, after I have some time to do a little bit more research. So and let's take a look at that quick. Like, you know, the speed ups are going fast. So that's why I want to be more careful with the rest of those speed ups. Let's take care of this while I'm in here. Oh, I got 10 on the fire crystal thing, so that was decent luck there. And I'll come back around. No, I don't think I need to come back. This isn't that much. So for now, I'll just clear this stuff out. And we are going to have a hero push day as well. So yeah, just clear this stuff out. All right, so that was the research I had to do today. And now I need to look at the experts. I'll clear this while it's here. Look at the experts. I did get the experts in a good state. The first one I care about is Romulus. I got the skills in a good state to start pressing the skills, and the relationship advancement I've been waiting on to use the sigils. So let's just so we can see the difference before and after. If we take a look at the state of power here, point ranking, let's see, I'm at basically 5 mil right now. So now if I come into here and
the fires of war may
do the relationship advancement.
The glory of courage burns eternal.
All right. And let's see what that was, 5.1 mil essentially. And now I'm at 6 mil. So that was quite a nice bump right there, just from that one expert thing. So I'm not going to keep going back and forth. I just wanted to see the results there. So now we have Romulus in a state where we can kind of push him a little bit more. All right, we can do another relationship advancement, I think. Man, it's expensive. All right. So that gives me a nice bump for Romulus right there. I probably could do one more relationship advancement, but I'm going to sit on that for a second because I think there's some others that I would like to do as well. Oh, and the skills. Let's take a look at the skill books. So we definitely want to upgrade this skill to 10 because it's kind of like the cheapest skill to upgrade. So 9, I need a little, what do I need more? Relationship. Oh, close 1. So what's the next relationship here? Close 1. Well, I guess we're upgrading the relationship one more time tonight. And there's no way I'm going to get him much further than that with gifting because I'm almost out of gifts. So he's going to have to be leveled up another way there. All right, so that gets my Call of War up, which is getting me closer to this, what I need here. So now, do I have enough books? I think I do. I can upgrade this skill, and now I can upgrade this skill. Then, okay, so then, oh, that's unlocked, so I can upgrade it even more. I thought it was going to have more requirements to unlock, but that is quite a steep, 1,000,000 experience for that next level, though. That is quite the steep learning experience curve. And look at this one, 1,000,000 for the next level. And this one seems relatively cheaper compared to the other one, so I did press this one a little bit, expecting. And look at how much the skill books are going to cost me. Man, those are just being eaten away. So let's see. Let's see what that's looking like in terms of points before I do anything more. All right, that did put a bunch of points on the board, so that's nice to see. Let's see. Here's the question now. I mean, I'm not going to be gifting him anymore. I could keep pressing the skill books here. I could do more speeds, but one of the things I did want to do is I was waiting on this final relationship advancement here. I think that's the final one, right? Yeah, that's the final relationship advancement here. She's kind of cheap, so kind of like just get that one out of the way. Because Romulus is getting to the point where he's getting prohibitively expensive already. So, and these are all, so now I think she's completely maxed out now. Oh, now you can do the research. I forgot about this, but it requires sigils to do research. So this will be something I need to come back around to. But at least Cyril is now maxed out for bear hunt. I could start looking at Holger as well, but man, now you know I'm gonna have to get into buying sigils and buying frontier treks and stuff like this. So I'm gonna have to take a look at what else I want to do. But since I have this unlocked and ready to go, I'll at least get some more points on the board with that one, and I'll let this sit there. Now look at all the skill books I've used. So now we get to the point where, all right, what do I want? I was going to spend on sigils and books, right? The question is, you know, what am I going to push? This push gets quite expensive, but I could use some more books here. And if I want to push Romulus anymore, I'm going to need gifts as well. So it's going to be a little while before I can get that many gifts, I think. So really what we're looking at is, do I want to buy some sigils for Holger, which wouldn't be a bad thing. I'd need about, 40 more. No, I wouldn't need. Actually, I can do this right now, can't I? Yeah, so that gets him unlocked there. And I'm still going to need more gifts, right? Let's see, do I have enough? Yeah, don't really have enough to do too much. So I'm going to need more gifts. I'm going to need more sigils. I still think sigils is where it's at for me right now, because sigils was one mainly going to be blocked on. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. And this may not be the best decision. It's just a weird place in the account, I feel like. I'm going to need the sigils, and those don't come very quickly. And I'm going to need basically all of this stuff. So, and I've seen people do the you know, the Frontier Supply treks, and it doesn't give as many sigils as you know. It kind of gives you almost an even distribution of items. I don't know. I don't know if it's the most efficient thing to do. I'm not sure it is. I think it's actually better to just get the sigils. So at the $100 mark, I'm going to get the sigils because I know I'm going to need them and I don't want them blocking me more. So then at the, I think what I'm going to do for now is at these other marks, since I know I'm going to need, you know, the speeds and the books of knowledge, I'm seeing that that's going to be a blocker as well. I'm going to grab these I'm going to grab the books of knowledge for the other two. And that's the way I'm going to play that for tonight. So that's essentially the purchase I did for Dawn of Wisdom. Now, if we come back here,
The fires of war
you know, it's going to take a while to get the gifts up where I need them here. I could have bought gifts, but that I'm just going to continue the grind. And I could continue to press these further. So like I can, now that I have those speeds, I can speed this up. And then I can upgrade this skill because I have the books for it. So, and now the question is, you know, am I going to continue to push Romulus? Am I going to, yeah, I mean, Romulus seems like he's always worth it. So, but this one's going to be an expensive one as well. And that does give you the rally capacity. So this is a nice one to have as well. But that's, look, if you do, it's going to have to be multiple 5 days worth. And I just did buy a bunch of them, but still not quite enough. And then if I do another 5 days worth, just barely short. So I guess I'll just do another 5 days worth. I am running out of speed ups though. And I'll upgrade that skill. All right, that's all I'm going to do on Romulus for tonight. That's a lot. That's a lot already. Now, you know, I've been told as a whale, like, you know, it's not really worth pushing Agnes too much. But, you know, since I have the sigils, you know, I'll at least unlock her. I'll ascend her so that I can, when I get, you know, I can continue to push her when I want to. And I got the points for the sigils during SvS. And get a little power out of it. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bit until I push her level further. Let's see, where is the level? Yeah, it's going to be a little bit, but these are just kind of like for free gifts. It's not that great of a benefit for a whale account. I already got serial push, so the next thing would be Holger, and like I said, we're going to be blocked on. I think I'm going to be blocked on gifts here as well. Like if I just, you know, that's all I'd be able to do for gifts with this one. So I'm just going to continue to wait and push him as well. I could do more with these skills here though. But again, I don't want to go too crazy. I do have some more books I can use though. So let's see. This is 8% there. 8% there. How much closer? I'm closer to this one as far as what it needs. So what do I need? 3 days worth? Just grab this and upgrade that one. And I guess I'll just get this one going. How much do I... okay, you know what? I'm going to clear this one as well. And then... I did it again. I did this one and I need the other ones higher before I can do that one. So whatever. It's 3 days of speeds burned, but that's fine. What I was going to say is what I really want to do is get more of Holger skills in the queue. But now, I mean, I'm going to be kind of blocked on... I mean, I wanted more of Romulus's skills in the queue. But now I'm going to be blocked on Holger until I get this up to 22. And a lot of this is just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to call it junk, but it's just other stuff. So these look like they're substantially cheaper to get up. So I'll put some on these. I think that's the right thing to do right now. And I'll start pushing those. So I'll start pushing these so that I can get those up. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it might be smart for me to, let's see, can I, you can't cancel like you can other things. All right. I can't cancel it. So I was going to say, I do have some books that I can use, and getting the credit during SvS prep is the right way to do it. So I'm burning too many speed ups tonight, but let's see. We'll get these up further. And now I have just one more I can do, or I can do this one. Let's see. So get this up. I'll just do 3 days more here. Man, speed ups are gone. All right. And that's all I can do. And now I'm a little bit closer to getting this one unlocked. So, and that's a bunch of books used. That's a bunch of sigils used. It's about all I can do on experts. Now I have been waiting for my expert push. So I'm curious where that puts me for my experts. Because I had been kind of patiently waiting. Let's see. Actually, let's first see. Oh, wrong thing. Let's see where that puts me overall. And this is probably worth getting going for 10 sigils since I don't have a lot else going on. I'm kind of blocked on other things. All right, that gives me a little bump. That's gonna be a long grind as well, apparently. So I just wanted to see how that worked. All right, so I think that's what I'm gonna leave for now. Now I'm curious about two things. Let's see what the SvS points look like as a result of that. All right, that's a bunch of points on the board. And also curious about what that looked like as far as the state situation, because I'd been waiting for my expert power push. Yeah, that's pretty good push. Obviously Hunty is pushing experts as well right now, but that's a good bump for my expert power. So what am I about? I'm a little under 2 mil, about 1.5 mil off, 1.6 off from him. So yeah, he must be pushing a little bit harder than I am, or pushed a little bit further before and I didn't. So that's interesting to see just where things are in the state. By the way, some of you asked me like, hey, you say you don't care about power, but you're always checking it. Yes, because I have subscribers who want to see this stuff. If I don't show you all this stuff, then everybody asks me to show it. So that's what I'm doing. It's good to know where you are in the state as well, to have a understanding of what's going on. So I think that's all I can do for SvS tonight. I think that's all I had planned, right? We got the speed ups. We got the lucky wheel. Oh, the shards I can go take a look at. And of course, I'm going to be doing the research gathering. I don't think I have many. Let's see. There are some of these guys that I can maybe use some general shards on or something, but let's see. Yeah, I can give him another. I think that's all for that.
Iron Eagles.
And yeah, that's it. All the other ones are done. These are all done. So unless I want to go buy some more purple, which I could do if I just wanted to finish him off, I could go buy some, but I don't think I need to do that. All right. So speaking of power in the state, I forgot to kind of do the overall as well. I know people ask me about this all the time as well. So here's what things are looking like in the state right now. This is how power is looking. Here is, let's see, I think you already saw the furnace level. I don't know if I showed this yesterday, but this is what the furnace levels are looking like. We did have a bunch of people be able to push to 5. We have, let me skip to hero total power. Is looking like this right now, and I do still have some hero stuff to push. And this is what the single hero power is looking like. And if we go to pet power, that's what the pet power is looking like. We do have a pet day as well, but we don't have new pets yet, unfortunately. And then labyrinth is looking like this. My charms and chief gear still needs a push, and I think I've been still playing around with the ratios, so I don't think this labyrinth is a great score for me right now, but it's it's been me messing around. And I already showed total expert power. So there's all the power rankings that everybody likes to see. And for those of you who always want to see the neighboring states, it's a little disappointing. It's if you look at the neighboring states, it's like off the charts compared to us, right? This is what personal power is in our neighboring states. And look, some of that, like 3796 right there, is not too far away. That's actually 2 states or 2 numbers younger than us, technically speaking. Maybe not by much, but still. That's what things are looking like. And how do we look at like heroes total power? You know, this is what things look like in the other states. Total hero power. And let's see, just take a look at total expert power. And labyrinth. You know, that's what things look like in the neighboring states. I think that's the main stuff I wanted to show tonight. So before I'm done, let's take a look at VIP quick and see. Let's see, did I make sure I get everything in the tank? All right, here we go. Let's see how many spins it takes to get another globe piece. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, come on, lucky number 80, 80, oh, didn't get it on 80, 90, all right, well, it's still better than the 100 pity reward, but it's not that great of luck. They got eaten away tonight. All right, submit that, and there we go. All right, that's all I have for you tonight, but if you want to continue to see this journey and see how things go, you want to see the spending and see how my development as a player in the game goes, you want to follow this journey along, there's a couple ways you can help me out. One of them is if you see this 5% bouncing above my head, the official shop is actually running a promo right now where you get 5%. By the time you watch this video, I don't know if that 5% will still be there, but in any case, if you click the link in the video description, that's an affiliate link that'll give me some Frost stars as well. So it doesn't cost you anything. You just use that link. If you're going to buy anyways. I always buy from the official shop because it's the safest way to do so. The other way you can help me out is just really simple. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to my channel, and then turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll know about it right away. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.